Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here for today's bitch-ass video. We have an article to go through talking about the 2020 NBA free agencies. So, like, of course, 2019, this one had just, like, so many players in it. 2020 is kind of weaker on the low-key side, like, not too many stars jumping ship or anything like that. But you got some pretty notable names out there. Then, of course, 2021 is literally supposed to be 2019 except on steroids. So, yes, we're going to be talking to the 2020 NBA free agency, doing this article titled Predicting Top 2020 NBA Free Agents Who Will Jump Ship. And basically what I do here, guys, is I'm going to give you a team I think this particular player should consider signing with. And, you know, considering just, like, circumstance and chances of winning and kind of where they are at their point in their NBA career. So you guys do me a quick favor, bro, and drop a like on this video. Would mean a lot to you guys. Help me get the video to 1,000 likes, bro. You know, I got this off-season grind going on right here. I cannot wait to NBA 2K20. Also debating on doing some Madden this year, but I'm still kind of thinking about that. And as always, check out the second channel, Extra Crispy, guys. Link in the description below for daily NBA content. Okay, so the first player we have listed is DeMar DeRozan as jumping ship in the 2020 season. So, yeah, it's no doubt the San Antonio Spurs are kind of stuck between, like, okay, we got some good veterans, we got some good young players, but not really anything that's going to get us an NBA championship. So I can see DeMar DeRozan leaving the team. Now, what team do I think would be perfect for him? If I'm being quite honest here, guys, I would absolutely love for DeMar DeRozan to go right back to the Toronto Raptors. Team up with Kyle Lowry again. Pascal Siakam, of course, is going to be a freaking all-star by then. And just, like, make a run at it. Because guess what? This team, the Toronto Raptors, when they had DeMar DeRozan, was one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Their only big-time issue was having to deal with LeBron James. Like, he could never get past LeBron, of course, deemed the name LeBronto, and that was it. Now, I know at the same time, there are going to be teams out there like the Milwaukee Bucks. Kevin Durant's going to be healthy by then. Of course, you got the Boston Celtics, just to name a few of the really good teams in the Eastern Conference. But still, it's like Kyle Lowry is going to be older. So why not just go back and play with your friend again and just kind of make one last run at it, and then when it's all said and done, that's it. Like, DeMar DeRozan is still going to be a serviceable player, you know, after this upcoming NBA season. So I just really want to see that a lot. Next up, we got Goran Dragic. So the perfect team I have for him is actually a team that he was, like, this close to going to, and the trade was pretty much all said and done until at the last second he was not included in the trade, and that is Goran Dragic signing with the Dallas Mavericks. So the Dallas Mavericks, when it comes to the point guard position, like, they don't need anything absolutely crazy out there. They don't need to go out there and get no superstar. You got Luka Doncic, you got Kristaps Porzingis. What they just need is a guy that's going to go out there and be consistent and just be good enough at everything. Not really spectacular at this point as an NBA career, but, you know, just somebody that's going to be a solid third or fourth option, can get the ball to the right people, make the smart play, and that's Goran Dragic. I absolutely love the idea of him going out there on a pretty solid, you know, veteran type of deal and being allowed to be the starting point guard for the team. And who knows, man, maybe make a run for the, you know, the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference. It's going to be tough, but I think Goran Dragic, very underrated player. I don't think we always respect what type of player he was out there due to years past and his injuries, and I know I myself have kind of underrated him, man, but I still think Goran Dragic got something left in the tank as long as the position is right for him out there. Like, you don't really want to be a number one, number two option. I think the Dallas Mavericks would be a great fit. Next up, we have Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors jumping ship. So at this point, it's just like, okay, all these guys are saying, all right, we're not going to win the championship anymore. So what's the best pick for all three of these players? Pretty much just insert NBA contender, because that's exactly what it would do. You're not going to see Marc Gasol, you know, go back to the Memphis Grizzlies or go to the damn Charlotte Hornets or anybody like that. Each one of these guys would just go to a contender. You know, I could see maybe a Kyle Lowry. Oh, God, what would be a good fit for Kyle Lowry? I can't even think about it, man, because a lot of contenders, for the most part, already have pretty solid players. Maybe a team like the Los Angeles Clippers, because, of course, their point guard's Patrick Beverley, who is a nice player, but Beverley can still come off the bench and be just as dominant. A guy like Serge Ibaka, I don't know, man, maybe the Golden State Warriors, Marc Gasol, same song and dance. Plenty of great teams out there. Maybe Marc Gasol goes to the Milwaukee Bucks and learns to stretch the floor like Brook Lopez does. I mean, he can already shoot the three, but do it at an even higher level than that. So a lot of pretty solid options out there. I think Serge Ibaka, you know, could be a good small ball guy coming off the bench for the Houston Rockets, and, you know, teaming up with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, that'd be really cool to see. So, you know, just a few teams like that, but pretty much insert NBA contender. For the, I guess not the, for Eric Gordon, a good team for Eric Gordon, I would probably still be the Milwaukee Bucks after next season, man. You know, their short-term replacement for Malcolm Brogdon was, of course, Wesley Matthews, who is going to be good, But, I mean, he's like, what, 33, 34? I'm not saying Eric Gordon is, younger or anything like that or anything. But, I do think it would be a solid fit on the Milwaukee Bucks, just like a solid floor spacer out there. Could play the shooting guard or small forward position where you need him in what specific lineup. I mean, could even come off the bench if they really like Wesley Matthews next season. Because, of course, they got Kyle Korver. I don't really see him playing after this next season. J.R. Smith is being rumored to go to the team. I don't know if that's actually official yet, but that's even kind of a short-term thing, too. So I think Eric Gordon would find himself a nice place, a nice home with the Milwaukee Bucks and would have a chance to contend in the Eastern Conference. Of course, you go with Chris Middleton at the 3 spot, Giannis at the 4, kind of like they were running last season. So, yeah, man, I always just thought the Milwaukee Bucks would be a good, solid choice. Next up, for Draymond Green, I think a great fit for him would actually be the Boston Celtics, man. I think he would be just the most fantastic fit for that squad because mostly the defense would be amazing. I mean, him and Marcus Smart playing defense, like, oh my God, bro, that's unstoppable right there. But he is the type of guy that I think could really get Jason Tatum to the next level. I think he would be a great mentor for Jason Tatum. I know you don't really think of Draymond Green as a mentor, but at the same time, it's like, yes, he kind of clashed with Kevin Durant and stuff, but I do think when it comes to helping the young guys out there, a guy like Jason Tatum would respect the grit and grind of Draymond Green, and just somebody that's not really going to demand the basketball all that much. It's like, yes, he can handle the basketball, but he could catch Kemba Walker off some screens, get Jason Tatum on the lobs, of course, rebound and everything like that too. So it would just be nice because we want Tatum, want Jaylen Brown, we got Kemba Walker taking the shots. That 4 spot right now, it's between like Gordon Hayward and Jason Tatum, which is not either one of their natural positions. I think Draymond Green just goes on that team and fixes a lot of problems that we might actually see this upcoming NBA season. Next up, we got Montrezl Harrell actually jumping ship from the Clippers. Really, the only reason I can see this happening is maybe the Clippers don't want to offer him as much money as he's going to want. I could see a lot of teams out there making a bit of an overpay for Montrezl just because, yes, he put up beastly numbers for the Clippers last season. So, with the Clippers already having Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, you really don't know what the money situation is going to be like out there. It might come to the case where, a guy like a Zubac is just fine. Like, okay, we got Zubac, we're good to go. A team I think would be a great fit for Montrezl would actually be the Atlanta Hawks. I do feel like he could be the final piece to that puzzle because all of a sudden, in the long term of things, you're looking at a team of, Trae Young, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, maybe Kevin Huerter at the 2 spot, depending on who you like more. Of course, you got John Collins at the 4, and then you got Montrezl Harrell playing on the inside, rebound the basketball at the 5. And that's just the process. The process has been complete. Those guys just got to work on chemistry, come together, and mature a little bit. And they are contending in the Eastern Conference for NBA championships, man. I just thought that would be a great choice. Next up, we got Caris LeVert of the Brooklyn Nets. So, this one was kind of interesting for me to kind of decipher right here. Because I think Caris LeVert has really, really solid, like, all-star breakout material next season. I mean, before his injury, he was already putting up great numbers. He's going to be fully rehabbed. I mean, of course, you do fear risk of future injuries because he seems to always had, foot injuries and leg injuries going back to his Michigan days, which is actually why I believe he entered the NBA a little bit earlier, man. Like, he didn't really play a lot of basketball for Michigan. And of course, he had the injuries last season with the Brooklyn Nets. Now, finding him a good fit was kind of interesting because Caris LeVert is somebody more that operates with the basketball in his hands, and that's kind of you get the optimal Caris LeVert. I guess he can play off ball a little bit. His shooting numbers, not always the greatest, but good enough. I see Caris LeVert being an overpay. I could see a team out there just offering him a ridiculous size contract to come on their team, be like a top 2 option and just kind of hope he's a breakout star. And a type of team I could see actually doing that would be like the Charlotte Hornets. I could see him, teaming up with like a guy like Terry Rozier. Maybe Terry Rozier wants to become more of a scoring-esque point guard, and then Caris LeVert can go on that team, kind of relieve some pressure from him and, focus on his own game out there too. So I could really see him being an overpaid type of player out there for like a rebuilding team. Next up, we got Paul Millsap. So Paul Millsap after next season is going to be kind of on the older side. I'm pretty sure he's going to be like 34, 35, 36, something like that. Getting paid $30 million by the Denver Nuggets this current season, which makes sense because like they didn't really have a lot of money due to other players anyway. So yeah, give Paul Millsap his money after this season, either renegotiate a new cheaper contract or let him go to a different team. Now, besides the Denver Nuggets, who I actually really do like that fit just within itself anyway, I've always looked on the Nuggets. I could see him going to a team like the Houston Rockets because Paul Millsap is not somebody you want taking 20 shots per game, but he is somebody you can kind of plug in as like a wing defender, somebody that can guard on the inside, the outside. Being 6'8" is great in small ball these days, knocking on a 3-point shot with pretty good consistency. Maybe not as good as he once did, but still good enough if it's, kind of a more on the lower side of shot attempts. And I just feel like he could be one of those pristine, optimal, spectacular, I'm just making up shit, players alongside Russell Westbrook and James Harden. He just goes out there. You don't expect much from him, but the things he does do, he's going to do very well, and that's it. So play him at the 40 spot, maybe PJ Tucker at the 3, and just kind of give them a little depth right there. Next up, we got Domantas Sabonis of the Indiana Pacers. I do think it comes to a point where they have to make a choice, because they are going to start the season with Sabonis at the 4, Miles Turner at the 5. While I do think that lineup could potentially put up decent numbers, I don't think it's like the absolute best fit out there. And I think in the long term of things, Indiana, they already gave Miles Turner a contract. I don't think they want to give Sabonis a big-time contract for a guy that's going to be playing out of position. So a team I have him going to would actually be the Toronto Raptors. I think Toronto Raptors would be a nice fit because give it a season or two from now, Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol are no longer going to be on that team. They're going to be looking for their next up-and-coming center. Sabonis will be like 25. I just think he would fit nicely along Pascal Siakam, a lot more of a better fit than, Sabonis is with Miles Turner. So I feel like that would be a nice solid fit right there. He would probably get a pretty decent payday going to the Toronto Raptors. And finally, we have Hassan Whiteside of the Portland Trail Blazers. So he very well could just resign with that team if it all works out nicely. Now the thing is about him though is that when Nurkic comes back, you got to imagine Hassan Whiteside's probably going to the bench. So if he's on a contract here, he might be looking to go to a team where he gets a little bit more PT out there. And I was thinking a good fit for that would be the Golden State Warriors. I do know they have Willie Cauley-Stein already. I think they got, Kayvon Looney is it that they were signed back to a pretty friendly contract. But I do think Hassan Whiteside would be a nice fit on the team. Assuming he has a good NBA season. If he just plays washed up and unmotivated, no contender is going to want to touch him with a freaking 10-foot pole. 10 inches is not very long, man. At least for a pole. But yeah, Hassan Whiteside, I just feel like on the Golden State Warriors, very low pressure situation. At that point, they're going to have Klay Thompson back. D'Lo, they might trade for a better fit, or you really just have a team of Stephen, D'Lo, Klay Thompson, which is going to really space the floor out, leave the inside open for Hassan Whiteside, catch those lobs from Curry and D'Lo. Two decent enough passing point guards for sure, so he'll have a lot of good opportunities right there. And I just say that would be a good fit. But, there's a lot of other contenders that would probably use the services of Hassan Whiteside. If he plays motivated, they decide they don't want to play Montrezl Harrell, maybe you get Whiteside on a little bit of a better deal and you go with him instead. Multiple different scenarios for him right there, guys. But, yes, that is the end of the list. That's 10 players, 10 free agents next season. Who knows what crazy trades and things are going to happen between now and then. Who knows which one of these players are going to play, playing on a contract, if they're going to play great or play bad. We really don't know, but it's always fun to talk about. So hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Remember, if you all can drop that like on this one, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.